Hello and welcome to Vintage Magazine Monday. We're taking a look at Rod and Custom through the years. Of course, we got our Rod and Custom here. This is December of 1956. Step-by-step featured hopping up the Ford's overheads, custom possibilities for the 57's cars, dragon techniques, top speed versus elapsed time, and our cover features a good-looking race team there. Got a matching tow truck to go with the car, even the matching shirts, of course. Good looking setup there from those guys. Getting into her, we got lots of cool cars to look at. We're going to see some Bonneville cars and National Drag cars. So there's the featured if you want to see those. One at the starting line by the editor. Cool looking air cleaner there. Got letters, end of a friendship. It's kind of funny. Two friends sent in letters to the editor. If you guys want to read those. For Christmas this year, give Rod and Custom. Absolutely. Rod and Custom coverage, or cover car there. This month's jewel defies the old adage that beauty is but skin deep. The trim, unaltered lines of the 29 Roadster, brought to award-winning finish, conceal a chassis that has been meticulously constructed by men who know from experience what it takes to have a real moving Model A drag machine. The following pages reveal the details of this truly outstanding hauler. Kind of cool to see these in-depth coverage cars. Mickey Waters grins from the driver's seat at a recent San Fernando drag meet. Somber partner Dean Murray stands by. Car vies for excellence of construction with lovely Queen of the Meat, who posed during trophy presentation for best appearing car. Cover Roadster. There she is without her skin. Non-Roadster looking chassis at this stage resembles Dragster, however beautifully restored 29A body. Cover structure and resembles Stalker, sans windshield and fenders. Lots of good shots at 29. Sunday Punch. Little front end shot there. Open axles from a Halbrand quick change rear end for a little unsprung weight. Attractive advantage. The rear end is a torsion sprung, ultimate end in Dragon cars. Giant slicks are needed to couple 375 Chevy horsepower to asphalt of the California drag strips. There's a torsion suspension. Shot of the rear without the trunk on there, exposing the radiator. 41 Plymouth contributed its radiator to provide coolant for the big bore Chevy. Weight of water and core is carried where needed. Strictly business. Sports car steering wheel sits atop, shortened shaft protruding from a center mounted 41 steering box. There's an engine bay without the engine. Of course, there's the Chevy engine. And we got custom possibilities for the 57 cars on the next page. Here we got some cool illustrations, starting off with a 57 Ford Fairlane convertible, our starting car and our rendition. So we got some different side trim, grill work, of course, and that top. If you want to read all the details, try to get that in focus for you. I want to read that. Moving on, next is a 1957 Mercury Montclair. Take a look at that four-door there, and its wild alteration. Definitely a sloped front end. Looks like a sectioned body there. You just want to read the text for that one. Moving on, we've got a few of these to look at. Next up, the 1957 Lincoln Premier. There it is as a stalker. There's another rendition. a pretty good looking wagon, if I do say so myself. Nice little hard top 4-door. Pretty cool looking. There's the text for that one. After the Lincoln, we got a Dodge Royal Lancer. The fins on fins. There's a rendition getting pretty swoopy in that one with its fins. Moving along. Next up, the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air Sport Coupe. Everybody knows what a 57 Chevy looks like. And here is their wild alteration to one of those. Kind of went all out on that guy. Hard to tell it's a 57 Chevy. Some features of everything in there. You guys want to read that? Definitely a wild reconstruction. Next up, 1957 Studebaker Hawk. Those are good looking cars. Love the Golden Hawks. Pretty sharp units. There it is, restyled. Looks more like a Starliner at that point. And the text for that guy. Do like the Hawks with the fins on them Studebakers. I am a fins and chrome kind of guy. So. Hopping up the Ford overhead valves. Nice in-depth how-to. Loaded with pictures. The fast of them all gather on the salt for go number 8. 8th running of the Bonneville Speed Trials. A Don Waits DeSoto engine B modified Roadster was top in class once again at 178.83 miles an hour, but the engine blew before any attempt on a new record could be made. Got a Gullwing car getting ready to go. Attempt number 1 was the new Streamliner entered by Bob of Redwood City, California. Frame of the car is welded tube truss type construction with solid front axle and swing axle in the rear. Body is part aluminum, part fiberglass. Engine is a blown Chrysler. DeSoto powered 34 Ford Coupe running in B fuel class is a prime example of neat construction entered by Epling Garrett. You got a top one-way time in its class of 137.19. Pretty clean looking coupe there. Over here. A Ford Special once again copped the top honors by turning in a time of 261.81 miles per hour. Broken drive shaft kept driver Roy from setting new Streamliner record. Good looking little Streamliner. Rod and Custom Bird gets set for a run through the traps, which netted a time of 127.29 miles per hour. Time ran out on the T-Bird crew, and the new big engine was not finished in time to set its wings this year. Runs were made with the tired semi-stock engine. Summers Brothers Modified Roadster won first place in both C and D Modified Roadster class with times of 204.31 and 213.14 respectively. Odd looking apparition behind driver's helmet is a head-high roll bar required this year on all open competition cars. Moon wheel disuse. There's the coupe again. Little sports car there. Little open roadster there. Running in B Roadster class, it was clocked at 174.41 miles per hour, which was good for first place. But two-way average was caught by the Perry boys at 168.797. Superbly finished modified Roadster. Good looking unit there. Powered by an Olds engine, the car turned in a time of 167.91 miles per hour. Bodywork is by Jack Hagerman. Look at that one. First place in D competition coupe and sedan class went to Gary in his Chrysler powered half fast at 179.55 in the one way. Very chisel like front end on that guy. Pretty neat looking coupe there. Milliken Special from Cucamonga, California was powered by a Jaguar engine running on only 5 cylinders to enable the engine to fit into A class. Maximum displacement allowed in the class is 183 cubic inches. It was the very first time out for the engine and still needs many bugs worked out. Top speed of 89.82. Cool mid-engine. You see the pipe sticking up the top. Little Buick engine there. Little blown Chevy. Little Roadster getting pushed off. Holder and Case Lakester of Menlo Park, California was driven to first place in C Lakester class by John Case at a speed of 214 miles an hour. On his record run, Case averaged 210, which was not good enough for a new record, but easily got him into the 200 mile an hour club. One of the sharpest tanks ever seen at Bonneville was the Romeo 2, built by Romeo and owned by John, both of Alameda, California. The DeSoto engine Screamer recorded a speed of 208.45 miles per hour, which gave it second place in the D Lakester class. Little sports car entry there. DeSoto powered. And that does it for the lakes. Now on to Kansas City, Missouri for the NHRA National Championship Drags Show Me State Showdown. Cool off the line shot there with the flag man. Nebraska was represented by a 120 mile per hour goldenrod. Bronze Oldsmobile coupe featuring copper trim work was easily one of the better looking cars at the Kansas City Nationals. Bronze and copper, which was pretty sharp. Another Olds propelled B-altered class coupe is pushed to the line during final eliminations. Card over grill aids performance and displays the wry humor of the Texas entrance. Top time was 108.56. B Roadster record was shattered by Odie Smith, NHRA regional advisor. Slams out of the chute in 27T, shoved by a Chevy V8. Swift 115 mile an hour rig will be featured soon in Rod and Custom. Fantastic blown Chrysler sends famed Cal Rice scurrying on a run of 157.89 miles per hour. Car is 55 champion, captured best ET of the meet at 9.99. Broke into the single digits there. Pretty cool. Couple of good looking coupes there. Seen found only at the Nationals. Syndicate coupe from British Columbia leaves line with Wiki of Hawaiian origin. A-Field coupes win 118 and 121 respectively. 32 won the class with 1202 ET. Deservedly received KC Mayor's Trophy for the long distance contender. Car traveled equal to 1/3 away around the world. Dennis the Menace underway to top the B Street Roadster class. Chrysler engine in a 34 Ford. Hung on 108.17 sprint past the timing lights. Texas and National Drag Championship Timing Association. Eventual top limiter Mel and Able crew experimented with gears and were constantly tuning to get proper combination for course. Diligence paid off later. The top eliminator award. Scuderia Arfons. This popular section of the busy pit area was constantly swarming with onlookers attracted by the awesome collection of green monsters. Aircraft engines power the stable. Gotta love the Arfons. Green Monsters. I do hope to build that someday. Definitely on my list. Acquiring parts for it. Thunderbird engine is a recipient of frantic head gas installation between the elimination runoffs. Back on the strip, King's men's run off with rapid 135 mile per hour entry of Weeks and Noble. And there's the awards presentation. Kenny Lindley's Misfire 2. Below, Lavender Hued Beauty rotors to a 159.01 mile per hour victory. There's that Syndicate from Canada, bringing a bit of the Dominion's best along. British Columbia drag fans planted flag on Missouri soil to mark pit area. Vancouverites made friends in U.S. A lot of street machinery was in evidence in non-competitive attitude. Don Little's flatted coupe, 1114, goes with Heath Dragster for top eliminator. The trophy presentation. And there's that purple champion is rolled onto stage during final ceremonies. That wraps it up for the big events. Simplicity for the Chevy. Kind of a little custom how-to. Looks like we are removing the vertical bars from the 55 Chevy grill and give you kind of a smooth crossbar look. Easy trick. And the elapsed time versus top speed. Why are they doing it and why are they recording it? Hold that for a second if you guys do want to follow along on reading that. It's kind of interesting, you know, the way that we look at drag racing today versus back then. And now on to a present for Mary. A 5-year-old car gets the look of 57. Got a early 50 Chevy getting some fins. Some slight customization. There's Mary with her car. It's a 52 Chevy. Because Colbert chose to leave the gas-filled door intact, the car takes on a true stock look. Grille teeth from a 53 Mercury were utilized to draw admiring glances to the rear fender. There's another side shot, you can see headlight treatment, the scoops on the side, fins out back. Pretty cool. Kind of those 55 stylized headlights. Tail shot looks pretty good. Looks very natural. Kind of looks like one of the early Cadillacs that started to get fins. Just real subtle out back. Nice work. Don Varner proves he's the Northwest striping king. Doing some pinstripe work. Looks like a what's it. Don adds more lines. And more lines. Presto, a fish. It's definitely a fish, obviously. Check out some of his pinstriping work. Barris meets the truck. Nearly 3 years in building, the Rodden Custom Chevy pickup truck finally reaches Barris Customs as it nears the end of the restyling journey. Y'all know which truck it is. It is the Rodden Custom Dream Truck. Again, I would like to compile all of the stories someday into 1 or 2 videos. It would be cool to see the whole history in a short development. I'm sure somebody's compiled all of the articles, but I'd like to do it as well in video. Pretty cool to watch it come to life. absolutely beautiful truck when it was done. Kind of need to watch it come together, you know, in one video instead of years and months on paper. Watching it get all of its front end treatment there from the Barris shop. A little air and sea. Oregon Plymouth bent to suit, a real happy sight. Proximity of the rear bumper to ground necessitates careful driving, but ride of car remains stock. Drop was effected by stepping rear frame to the sizable amount of 12 inches. Note the round taillights from 49 Lincoln and the planned deck door. 12-inch frame. Rear view mirror watchers may at first wonder just what's following them when they see the CAD grilled Plymouth behind. Guardless wide bumper cleans up the frontal appearance on this rare customized Plymouth. More on the Northwest Striping King. Don's Olds-powered Ford lacks stripes, but he explains it was so treated, but possible purchaser requested a removal. Switching off the Ford overhead valves. Cartoon quip. ISKI ad. Here's the other half of that cartoon. And the finishing parts of elapsed time versus top speed. Again, just kind of interesting. Knowing what we know today. Customized with plastic surgery. From out of the 48, we have a Michigan entry. Definitely a Studebaker grill used there. Like the lucky lads whose cars pictured here, you can represent your state. The custom. Definitely an interesting front end on that one. Very unusual. I do like that split grill setup there on the coupe, or the sedan. And now we have, here's a reminder about the Rod and Custom Model Car Contest. We've seen kind of the first announcement in last week's episode. Turn out those custom cars there. Again, if you want to read about that contest, don't be late, December 31st. Topping up the Ford overhead valves, a few more ads, and that will wrap it up for our Rod and Custom from December of 1956. And thanks for watching.